Motorhome Aires in Spain may not look like that, but they may very well look like this. Or even, wait for it, this one. So welcome and let's get exploring. Here's a typical motorhome aire in Spain, which probably aren't called aires, but we'll call them aires because that's what everyone knows them as. So here we are, filling up. It's free here. We're in the edge, well, on the edge of the Pyrenees. So far on our journey inland Spain through Catalonia from the French coast, there has been motorhome stopovers or aires quite frequently. Now this is an interesting one because this is what they have in Italy quite often. It's where you empty your toilet in the ground. A little bit different to a lot of the systems that you'll be familiar with. So there we go. So free space. There were loads of motorhomes here last night. You can't park everywhere in Spain so far. It's 6 years since we've last been, and that was all along the coast. Very different back then. So they sort of want you where they want you, which is acceptable, I suppose. As long as they provide somewhere, we're happy. So there we go, back to filling up the water. Okay, so here we are filling up in Spain, and this water tap, you need one of these adapter things for, which we carry with us, but I don't think we've ever actually had to use it before, to be honest. So just goes to show, comes in useful at times. Then with the taps, we always bring a selection of different adapters with us, which we keep in here. This is our old caravan bag from donkeys years ago. So we have a funnel, because sometimes you really need that just to add an extra bucket load in or something, extra container load in of water. Then we have these various adapters, there's all sorts in there really, because you never know what tap fitting you're going to have, so you never want to come unstuck. And water is so precious. When you come across it, you just want to get it while you can. And then another tip, this is obviously a water bottle. And sometimes we're a bit doubtful as to whether the water quality is okay or not. When you think sometimes it comes out and it could be a bit sort of funny colour looking, a bit tingy brown or orange or what have you. So with a clear water container, it's handy just to fill up and check what colour the water actually is. As you can see, that is pretty much okay. But yesterday we weren't quite sure, so we've just done a double check on it. But we have in the past had water that's come out horrific colours, so it is important just to check what you're filling up with, even if you don't drink it out your tank, which we definitely don't. Although we boil the kettle from it, it's still nice to know that you've got good quality water. So there we are, back to it now. Nigel filling up, and there's a little glimpse of the air where we were last night here in Spain. We're just going into the Pyrenees. We're in a lovely little town, about 5 kilometres from Sort. So there we are. Yay! So that was a motorhome aire in Spain, one that you can park on and also empty your waste and toilet and fill up your fresh. So here are some more motorhome aires in Spain, picture style. So what can you expect on a motorhome aire in Spain? Well, the answer is probably not a lot, other than a good place to park overnight, where it's legitimate, of course. So you won't be getting toilets or showers or electric as such. If you do, it's rare, unless you're on a privately owned aire, which very well may have some facilities. A lot of those are found down on the coastal areas of Spain, which is quite useful in winter. If you go down and you're there for a few weeks in one space, you've got showers and that very often. Although, again, not always. So, price-wise, they can be free if they're public aires, but they may be a few euros. They may be anything up to 20 euros. Privately run aires could be more again. Everyone is different, and that's key to the air system wherever you are. So Also worth noting, not every aire has a waste or a fresh filling up point, a service area if you like, or we call it the dump. There may be one close by, there might not be one at all, so don't rely on those. But in general, you will come across them every so often, so there's not really too much of a worry in having to find anywhere. So how do you find motorhome aires in Spain? Well, we use an app, then there's books, and of course there are signs, which will show you usually a symbol of a motorhome, which is on a blue background. And then don't forget, the name for motorhome in Spanish is generally autocaravanas. So there might just be a sign saying autocaravanas on the sign. When you get into the parking area, there might be more details, such as markings on the floor or rules on where you're parking up. How long can you stay in an aire? Well, this can be 24 to 72 hours. It can be longer, and the signs will tell you. Finally, aires in Spain are fantastic. Not quite as good as France, in our opinion, mainly because in France you can have your camping chairs out and things. It's tolerated in France, whereas in Spain it is really a no-go, although people were doing it, but you're not supposed to. So overall, yes, a great option, and we love an aire, as you know, so a big thumbs up. Thank you, Spain.